This section is a beginner section. Is gonna give you a big picture about what is mobile repairing and what is exactly the types of mobile repairing. So don't worry at all. This is easy peasy section. It will give you that warm up of boxing game, so you will be able to go inside the boxing game without any kind of any worries. So before any section, I will tell you tips and tricks of how to get the best of this section. So the tips and tricks of this section is just understand what is going on. I just need you to use your brain, and this is all what I want you to do. And this is how you can get the best from this section. See you inside. What's up guys, today we are going to talk about mobile devices. So our lesson goal today is the concept of mobile repairing. We are going to understand everything about mobile repairing in this episode. So phone consists of a frame and battery and board and LCD. Okay, types of repairing: we will repair a hardware board, glasswork, LCD, and software. In this course, we are going to speak about hardware, but a complete hardware course. Okay, we are going to cover everything related to board. Okay, there is another course about the LCD and another course about software also on our website spu.academy. Okay, types of hardware repairing. Firstly, most of people doing something like they just replace the component, okay? They don't repair it. Like there's something happening in the connector itself, I don't care. I will just take the connector, throw it away in the rubbish, then I will add a new one and everything is gonna be fine, okay? This is how exactly the big companies' policy are doing. They just replace, they don't repair. Apple are doing this, Huawei are doing this, Samsung are doing this, every single big company are doing this. Okay, sounds great. So if you finish section 3 in this course, you will be able to work in any company, okay? You will be able to work in any company. You don't need a diploma at all. This is the only job that you can work without a diploma. Okay, sounds well. You can only work with our certificate that you are going to take after this course. So it sounds great, guys. This is the best in this job. Okay, the second part is replace and repair, which you are going to see exactly when you work in a store or shop, okay? They may replace, they may repair, okay? They are a mix between here and here. Okay, the last type, they are remanufacture the destroyed component exactly as we do in China. In China, we don't throw any kind of destroyed component. We just making a remanufacture to it. Okay, and we can even create a new circuit on board itself, like we don't care at all. And this is why China is the best in this field. But don't worry guys, we are going to speak about all of this inside our course. You will be like a master in hardware after this course. So we didn't speak about phone frame. What is phone frame exactly? Phone frame is the outer of the phone itself, as a home button, okay, a power button here, or maybe it's a Siri button, okay, maybe it's a up and down volume. So if there is any kind of issue inside all of this, you are going to change the whole frame. Okay, it sounds well. You are going to change the whole frame. There is nothing here you can do. Just 1 + 1 = 2. There is someone come to your store or in your company or whatever, you are going to tell him, dude, you need to change the whole frame. Sounds great. So easy, guys. And I hope that you get a lot of issue that's like this, because a kiddo can solve this problem. So phone board, there are two types of phone board, Android and iPhone. We are going to speak about both of them. Okay, this course is about both of them, Android and iPhone. We are not going to speak about iPhone only or Android only. I have worked like 10 years in this field. 7 years I have working in Apple, and 3 years I worked in Samsung, so I can give you my whole experience on both of them. Phone board. As I told you, started from this episode, you are going to take information. So what is this phone board? I don't understand what is this phone board. What is this? I will tell you. Imagine that this phone board is just exactly like a human body. Okay, a human body, there is a blood is going inside your body, which is going from heart to all the component inside your body, exactly, which is going from your heart to all body parts, which is exactly the same happening here. There is a volt here, which is going to here, which is going to here, until it reaches to the IC power, which power on the phone. So it's all about volt. Volt is going inside it. Okay, sounds well, sounds super well, sounds super well. So what is this small component? A small component is like a capacitor, okay, is like a coil, is like a resistor. They are all like, there is a capacitor here, there is a coil here, there is a resistor here, and this is the IC. There is a volt is going here, volt is going here, volt is going here, and this volt is just reached to the IC itself, which power on the phone. All of this is called a circuit. Okay, it's called a circuit, a power circuit, a charging circuit, camera, Wi-Fi, audio. So circuit is consists of a small components. There is something so weird when I went to America, and when I went to America, they teach people how to do the micro soldering or how to do phone repairing in a completely wrong way. How? Because they go exactly to teach people about circuit, a power circuit, charging circuit, how to deal with whatever. But they don't ever tell people what is the small component, what is the capacitor, what is the coil, what is the resistor. So they don't even understand what is going on. So they will be so bad in troubleshooting. Okay, they are just working like a computers. 1 + 1 = 2. That's why, as I told you, China are the best in this, because once you've got inside any kind of Chinese place to learn the hardware, they will start to teach you the basics of electronics. What is capacitors? What is coils? What is resistor? What is they lock on board? How to determine this by your eyes. Once I hold the board inside my hand, I can tell you where is the capacitor exactly, where is the resistor, and what the capacitor is doing, what is the resistor doing, what is the diodes are doing. And this is exactly how to master the hardware job. And this is what we are going to do in this course. I am going to tell you exactly what is the function of small components. Then after that, we are going to move directly to the circuit in order to be master in the troubleshooting itself. So what is the series and parallel? Okay, series and parallel, exactly, I'm gonna tell you so simple right now. I'm not going to make it complicated from this first episode. I want it to be simple as I can. So the series route is the route is just going from a component to component to component until it reaches to the IC itself. Like there is a capacitor here, there is a resistor here, there is a coil here. Okay, sounds great. But what is the parallel? The parallel you will always see like this. Something not on the route itself. It is not in the route. But what is the main purpose of this? What is the main purpose of this? It's used to just get rid of high voltage. Like I just need 3 volt on this. Okay, I just need here to reach 3 volt. I need 3 volt here. What if you used a bad charger or something happened? So there's 5 volt came here. What will happen? 3 volt will go and 2 volt will go in the ground. So you protected the IC and the circuit itself. This is the difference between a series and parallel. This is called parallel, and this is called series. And we will understand what is going on with series and parallel when we go in the section of small components or in the section of electronics. Pro note, I need you guys to just listen to this note, because this note is like a gold here. Mastering the way of how troubleshoot and determine the issue is like a 90% of that work. And this is for sure, this is my experience, guys. This is my experience here. That's why Chinese people are so clever in that job. Most of countries that I have visited think that this job is depending on hot air and soldering to the most, as I saw in the United States. Okay, as I saw in the United States. But the reality is that job is depending on the multimeter and power supply like a 90%. How? Because they made someone who's working on the wrong solution for about 72 hours, and he's keep going until he gave up because he didn't make a troubleshoot in the right way. Because he didn't make a troubleshooting in the right way. That's why troubleshooting and knowing about electronics is must. Thank you for watching this. See you in the next episode. So let me show you guys how we can get this notebook that costs us $15 for completely free, and this notebook is gonna help us for studying this course. So firstly, we are going to write CPU Academy on Google, and then let's go directly to this website, CPU Academy website. After that, we are going to go to shop. Then we are going to click on this one, hardware phone repair notebook. Then click on add to cart, as you can see guys here. After that, click on view cart. Then write this coupon code, and make sure you write the coupon code as you see here in the screen. Notebook CPU 12. Okay, just copy this coupon code and then click on apply coupon code. As you can see here guys, coupon code applied successfully. It's free right now, as you can see here. Then we can click on proceed to check out. Just all we are going to do is just add your email here, your email address. My email address here. This is my email address. Then just check this one. I have read the agreement. Then click on place order. It's loading, and here you see here guys, here we go. Just under the downloads, just click here on this one. Just click here. Okay. It will be downloaded normally. It's downloading right now, and congratulations, we got the PDF file. Let me show you it. So this notebook is ready to be printed, and this is like a must to use because this notebook is gonna help us to study in the perfect way. As I told you guys, every section in this course, we can make money from every single section from this course, and this notebook is gonna teach us how we can make money from each section. So as we can see here guys, this is the cover of the notebook itself, and here you're gonna write your name here, and this is some introduction about how you are going to take notes during this course. Okay, and every section, as you can see here, every section it will be like you're gonna read the introduction, then in every section you will see how you can make money from this section. So let me show you something guys here. Let me show you something great here. Only from this section, the battery replacement section. Okay, you can how you can make money from battery replacement. You can make money from battery replacement by replacing batteries. Okay, and or by battery trading. You can sell old batteries. This section is gonna show you how you can replace the battery. After you replace the battery, you can work in battery trading. You can sell all old batteries that you already replaced. And this is something great about this course because you are going to see in every single section. As you can see, there is a note taking here in case if you print out this, so you can use it as your note taking. And there is a kind of motivation here to teach you, to make you finish this section. There are too many things guys you can make money from. As you can see, every section there is a guide of how you can make money from this section. From water damage repair section, how you can make money from water damage repair section. You can buy, destroy board by water, then repair it, then resell it, and this is gonna make you like millions of dollars. Okay, and you can make million of money from repairing water damage board to customer, because customer, he needs the data inside this board, so he can pay any value to get this data. So you can repair the board, the water damage board, and you can make a lot of money from this. You can sell, this is a crazy idea by the way, you can sell a water resist phone case to the customer that you already repaired his phone, and he is gonna buy from you this water resist case for any money. Okay, because he doesn't want to face something like this again, so he will buy this from you. So this is like a gold mine. This notebook guys is gonna give you like a tips and tricks of how exactly you can make money from this section, and this is something nobody on the earth is gonna give you this experience. I will give you my experience inside this notebook. Besides, if in case if you print it out, as I told you, you can in every section.
What's up my friends, in our first lesson in connectors and flex cables. What is connectors? What is flex cables? Let's see. So in this lesson, we are going to study about what is phone connector and flex cable and tools we need to get the process done like 100% and profit of the flex cable component. Profit. I love money. So what is connector and flex cable? Phone connector are always soldered, as you can see here, guys. It's always soldered to the board itself. It's looking like this one is called connector. This one is called the connector. This one is called the connector. And here exactly where we know where is the root of the circuit start, which means I want to work in the camera circuit, okay, but I don't know where is the circuit of this camera or where exactly I go to board. You are going to the camera itself that attached to this connector here, to this connector. You will find the camera attached to it. Just follow this and you will know the root, okay? So we always know the root, we always know the circuit, we always check the circuit from this connector. So this connector is very important because this is what connect the board itself with the component, okay? There is a middleman, which is the flat, then the component. You will see it right now. So the flex cable is a middleman that connect between the connector and the component itself. Like there is a flat cable, there is a camera here, and the connector to the board. Gotcha. So easy, okay? And this is the component, the last part, okay? What component can be attached to this flex cable, or what components we can work on? Okay, this question is great. The first one is a charging. As we can see here, this is a charging one. Okay, I know it from this USB. Okay, USB, headphone jack, okay, camera and mic. Most of these components will have problem in the future. No matter how you are saving your phone, no matter how you are protecting your phone, you will have problems by the time in this component. So people are not going to throw their phone away because of these problems. They will come to you and you are going to repair it for them. Is it easy? It is the easiest. I hope you get every day a connector repair issue. I hope that because it's so easy. You will see that. So what we need to get the processor, and this is for warm up our brain just to be ready for the practical lesson. And this is the Chinese way. It's called the visual learning. I just prepare your brain to be able, when you see me doing practical lesson, you understand exactly what is going on, and it makes you say this is so easy. So right now I need you, this triangle that you are going to see here right now, to save this inside your brain. Okay, I need you to save this inside your brain. So once we are going to do the practical, you will be able to understand this in less than 1 minute. Okay, so let's see our triangle here. The first thing is disassemble the phone. Okay, this is the first thing in the processes. The second one will be getting the new component, and the secret is here. We will be the one who will get the new component for the customer. We will not buy it from the merchant. We will not buy it from people around us. No, we will be the source of this because we will make our profit from this, and I will explain that in the profit. Okay, so this is so important, and this is from the processes. We will be the one who will buy the component. Don't forget that. And prying tools, prying plastic tools in order to take the flat cable out. And sometimes you don't need this, okay? Sometimes it will be easy to take it out. You will learn that, and this is the easiest thing to do. Right now, I have never used the prying tool, by the way. I just use my hands to remove it. And I know how to remove it, and you will know also how to remove it because it is so easy. This is all the triangles that we need. Just pause the video right now, and you may need to take a screenshot and save this inside your brain. I don't need you to go out of this lesson and you are not saving that, because this triangle that will make you money. So flex cable profit, it's like 32%. This is a huge number, by the way. 32%. Okay, why? As you can see the graph here, because you can profit from the new component. We are going to buy a new component to the customer, and we are making the highest profit from this new component, not from the service. We are gonna play with the service price, which means all people around us, okay, in case if we are opening inside a market or a place, it has a lot of competitors around me, okay, I will give the lowest price to service, but I will make money from the profit of the new component. Gotcha? So the customer will always prefer me. The customer will always say, this dude has the lowest price of service, so we are going to him. But you are making money from the profit of the component itself. Gotcha? Profit of the service replacing, for sure, this is what we are going to make. Low pricing, don't forget. And the profit for recycling. Wow. Wow. How on earth we are going to recycle here? Wow. Okay, I will tell you how we are going to recycle here. There is a customer come to us and he want to change a charging board, and this is charging board is a flat cable connected to the connector. As we saw before, it will not be only USB, it will have mic, it will have network, it will have too many things. This flat cable will have too many things. So we are going to take this flat cable, we are going to keep it inside our store, and we are going to do our micro soldering, and we are going to take whatever we need. So the next customer will come to us, he wanna change mic. Sounds cool, I have the original one. So you are going to make the recycling. 3-in-1. Summary of this lesson. We have studied connectors. Now we know what is connectors exactly. Soldering to the board. Don't forget this, dude, because we have quiz. Don't forget this. Flex cables, the middleman. Do that to be able to understand what's going on. This is the connector, this is the flex cable, and here we'll go for my head. Will be the component itself. Do that to be able to understand and to remember that. Okay? And the processes need to be replaced. The triangle. You already saved this inside your brain. And the profit. Sure, I love the profit. The 3-in-1. You remember this for sure. So in case if you have any question, just leave your question in Q&A and we are going to answer your question. We answer any question here. But remember to stick the question to the course. Stick the question to the lesson. Okay, don't ask out of the lesson, don't ask out of the section itself. We have your back. Just remember this. We have your back and we are going to give you like a 200% of support. I just need you to start. Go on. You will be able to do whatever you want. Just start. This is my aim and my goal, to let you just start. Just go. Let's go to our today lesson, which is USB charging mic flex cables. Let's go. So what we are going to study today, what is a charging flex cable, identifying, changing frequency, and buying tips. All of them are important to us because we are going to start our own business. So we need to know directly how we can do all of this, because all of this is the command that you are going to need a day to day, okay, in your processes. So let's see directly. This is a charging mic flex flat cable. It looks like that. This is called the flex cable that I told you about. This is called the component. This is the mic. Okay, this is the USB of it charging. And as you can see, it looks like a plastic one and it is not attached to board because you may see this is charging. Okay, this charging circuit is not on a flex cable way. Don't forget that. Okay, there are two types. This one is the easiest to deal with. You're not going to do any kind of micro soldering. You will buy a new flat cable like this. It will be included all of that. There is no micro soldering at all. Okay, all we are going to do, we are just going to remove the old one and we are going to store it inside our store. We are not going to throw it because we will recycle. Maybe this mic is working and we need it to change it to the next customer. Maybe this component, we need it. Maybe we need this component. So never ever throw this kind of things, okay? Store them because we are going to make money from them. We can make money from anything inside this job. Okay, so this type of circuit is easy to deal with. Why? Because it's a flat cable. All we are going to do, just remove it. Maybe we don't use a brain tool. We will use our hand. We will remove it and we will add the new one component that will be looks like this. And voila, our new one is working. There is no micro soldering. There is nothing we are going to do here. There is another type that this USB is micro solder it to the board itself. And we are going to see this in the micro soldering beginner. We will see the USB is attached to the board and we need to do a micro soldering in order to remove, in order to desolder this USB connector, and we add the new one. Then we are going to soldering it back and it's working fine, great. So we have two types. Don't forget, this is the easiest one, and we are going to see the other one in the micro soldering beginner section. You got me? Because don't be surprised when you see me doing that in the micro soldering section. You will ask yourself, wow, but I remember that this USB connector or the mic or whatever I see here is just attached to a flat cable that we just connect to the board. Why he is doing a micro soldering to it? Okay, so you will ask yourself something like this because there are two types. But also, let me tell you something here we can do, guys, with this. We can make a profit 3x, not only 2x. How we can make it 3x? By buying a new flat cable like this, and we are not going to attach to customer the whole flat cable. No, we are going to do a micro soldering only to this part, which is the part that is not working, the USB connector. It's not working to the customer. We can make a micro soldering here, and we can add only the new one from the new flexi cable that we bought, and we are going to give it to the customer, and we are going to tell him we are not going to change the whole original component. We will only change the USB cable to you. And here at this point, we are going, remember the profit that we talked about in the previous, when I told you take a low cost in service but take a high cost in the component itself. In case if you did the customer this, you are going to take a high cost in service and a high cost in the component. Gotcha. So let's see the identifying. This is like a software diagram we have studied in computer science before. Okay, it's like if and else. If you know in programming language, this is if and else. Okay, so let's see the identifying because this is so important. Do you see a visible damage? In case if you see a visible damage and the phone repaired before, you're going to ask. Maybe you don't need to ask, because when you open the phone, you will know from the first look this phone has been repaired before, or someone has repaired this phone before, you or not. You will see that from the state of the board itself. So is the phone repaired before? In case if the phone repaired before, then it's a charging circuit. It is not a connector. It is not a flat cable component. We are not going to change a flat cable. It is related to charging circuit, and we will know how to deal with the charging circuit, okay, in the end of this course. So we are not going to change to him any flat connectors here in case if the phone repaired before. And let me tell you something here. In case if the phone repaired before, don't accept the phone. To me, anyone come to my store and tell me I need to repair this phone, and I open the phone and I see someone repaired this phone before, I give him back the phone and I tell him, sorry, I don't repair the phone who isn't got repaired at my store before. Why? Because there are many beginners technicians, they may destroy the whole board to the customer and the customer doesn't know that, okay? They may destroy everything inside the board. They may play in the ICs and they may take the ICs, they may take anything from the board itself. So the problem will come to you. You will be the last one who repaired this phone. So to be honest, you don't have to go in problem with customer and you're going to tell him, I am not the one who do this for you and this stuff. No, we don't have time for that. So we are going to tell customers, we don't go for this. So let's back to our diagram again, if and else, okay? Are there bent pins, lost connection in the USB itself? You can see that with your eyes or under microscope. You can see under microscope better, but your eyes will work only because it is a bigger USB connector. So, do you see any kind of bent pins? The pins themselves isn't like they are straight. One from them is bent like this, okay? Or there is a loose in a connection when you bought the USB cable inside the USB. There is a loose, like it goes so easily. It is not stick. Okay, do you see something like this? In case if you see something like this, so it is the problem of the USB itself. Okay, but what are the signs? There is no charging, slowly charging, no data transferring, then we are going to replace the flat component. So easy. We are not going to waste our time. So easy. This diagram, pause the video, grab this diagram inside your brain and save it. Okay? Grab this diagram inside your brain and save it. We are coding right now. Don't worry, we are going to see all of this inside our practical lesson. We are going to make it like the most easiest section for you will ever see during your whole life. No worries at all. But all I want from you here, I'm just trying a new way of teaching, which is the Chinese way. Firstly, we warm up our brain. We are preparing our brain to go for the practical lesson. I just send the practical lesson to be the last lesson inside this section, and just for warming up your brain firstly with the visual learning, then we are going to make everything constant inside your brain, like everything will be saved inside your brain by the practical lesson. And see, the most highest frequency you will ever see this section. So this section only can make you a lot of money, because most of people are destroying their USB, most of people are destroying their mic. So this is a high frequency for real. This is a high frequency. Nobody, there is no phone on earth has been survived when it comes to USB connector, because people, you will know why here. Why high frequency? People knowledge about charging. They may leave the phone in charging overnight. They may charge their phone while they are playing, so they increase the time of it charging so that the USB will be destroyed. People knowledge about the charging are 0%. That's for real. So this is good because it makes us money. I hope it's still 0%. Using a copy charger, not originally charger, it destroyed the USB. This is real. This is real, like 100%. And using phone while it's charger, as I told you, this is destroy the USB. Okay, this is why it's so high frequency, because 99.99% of people are doing those three reasons. So that's cool. Important notes here: always clean with alcohol and brush the USB and the flat and try it before replacing, because they may be a dirt, okay, that prevent the USB cable to reach to the USB itself. So that's why the phone is not charging or the phone is slow. So before replacing to the customer himself the USB connector, put alcohol, brush it, okay, and leave it for like 5 minutes and tell the customer, I am going to try to make a cleaning processes for you. In case this worked, okay, I will charge you for whatever dollar you are going to ask him. You are going to make a deal with him, because maybe he is going to tell you, you just repair it in less than 5 minutes and you want money from me. Yep, I want money from you because you were about to change the whole USB connector and I saved you from this. So you need always to deal with customer before doing anything. Just tell him, I will make a processes here. In case if it worked, we will not change the original one, but I will take a money of service from you. Okay, buying tips. This is so important, guys. Firstly, we need to get the highest copy of the original version. Okay, don't go and buy like the worst copy from the original version, and that it will be destroyed in less than 1 day, and the customer will back to you again and tell you, I need a refund. They will make problems with you. This is not what we came for. We came here to make ourselves comfortable, to make a lot of money. We don't have time for problems at all. So we need to avoid any kind of any problem here. So we need to get the highest version. You will take money for that. No worries at all. As I told you, we will make money from that. So why not get in the highest version, and the customer will pay you for that. You are not going to get this for yourself. This is for the customer. Okay, so always remember this in the buying tips. Always looking for the highest version of the flat cable component. Like I am going to buy a flat cable component to a charging, to a camera. Ask the merchant, the Chinese merchant, I need the highest version. I need the best quality version. Don't buy one, buy 3 at least. Why? To get the best price. And always we have 2 restocked, 2 in stocked. It will save us when another customer come to us. He will not wait until you order this from China and it get to you and whatever. You are going to save time. So we need to make money. How we can make money? In case if you bought only one, you will take high price. In case if you got 3 at least, you will take low price. So you will make more money and you will save time more. So this step is so important. Okay. China are the best. Try always to buy from China. China always are best when it comes to this. Okay, I have my store at China and I have my store at United States. I always buy my stuff from China. I always. Okay, no matter what, no matter where I live, no matter where I do my business, I always buy from China. Why? Because they have the formula of success, which is I can get the quality, I can get the price in case if I get three at least, as we said here, okay, equal the success. This is the formula that we need. Cool? So the summary of this lesson, I know you loved this moment. We know exactly what is charging and mic flex cable, and we know how to deal with them. So easy. We know how to identify by our eyes only. The connector is bent. There is a loose in the connection, and stuff. Our eyes only can tell us, "Yup, we are going to change this," which is great and time saver. Frequency of replacement so high. How to buy it? We have finished our listening. In case if you have any question, just leave your question in Q&A and we will answer any kind of any question. Have a great time. Welcome to our last lesson in visual learning. In the next lesson, it will be practical learning. So in today's lesson, we are going to speak about camera. So important lesson, okay? Because most of cameras are flat cables. Most of camera components are flat cables. They are not soldering to the board. So you are going to see this issue like every day. Let's start. Why it gets damaged? This is so important question for you. Okay, identifying software or hardware by our diagram way, if and else programming. Changing frequency, which is going to be high. It will be high, don't worry. How to deal with camera with care, how to deal with, this is so important. Number 4 is so important, guys, because most of beginners are destroying the camera. So I will show you how to deal with camera with care in order to be safe, because you may destroy the new camera before you even add it to the board itself. So let's start. This is how a camera flex cable is looking like, guys. As you can see here, this is the flex cable and this is the camera component. All we do is just we attach it to board and it works great. This is how it looks. And we are going to see it in the practical lesson. So why camera isn't working? Why? Phone dropped from the customer. So there is something, the damage came to the camera itself. This is why it's not working. Water damage, so common, water damage that destroyed the camera, okay? Heats from car or places that have high temperature. You put the phone in the place like a car, it was so hot, it will destroy the camera itself. Someone was working on the phone and he gets the hot air direction toward the camera. This is so bad, it will be destroy the camera directly. Software, wow, software can be the problem. Yep, and we need to follow software. It will not be simple as you think. In case if it's a software problem, you will be required to have our software course to be able to repair this stuff, because you are not going to do a complete software repair. No, you will only play on the camera part. We are going to understand this when we go to the diagram, okay? Okay, here is the diagram of identification, if and else programming. Let's code! So firstly, is there a visible damage or something happened, like a customer told you the phone dropped, the phone, there is water came to the phone, I put the phone in a hot place, there is something happened to the camera itself. So it is a hardware directly, we are going to move this road. In case if there is no visible damage at all and the customer told you, I haven't done all of that science of hardware that you told me, so it will be a software. You need to check a software version. It's a software version like 100%. What we are going to do here, we are going to follow 2 steps. The first step is so easy. We are going to update the phone. In case if the camera worked, it sounds cool, and the camera will not work, but maybe it's like a 40 to 30%. In case if the camera worked, we have fixed the problem. In case if the camera doesn't work, then we need to go through a software processes like firmware and using our box or our dongle, and we already explained all of this in our software course. Okay, so in case if it's a software problem, we are not going to work on it inside this course. So let's get the blue root of the hardware problem. Are there any common issue happened that we mentioned before in the previous slide? If yep, it will be, you will see like black camera isn't opening at all, or blurry camera. So it means that we are going to replace this camera. So we are not going to waste our time with any kind of any stuff, because you may buy the component, you may buy the camera itself, and in the end it will be a software problem. So it will be so bad, it will be money consuming here. So we need always to follow this diagram before we go to the blue route. Before we go to replace here, we need to make sure it's not software at all. Gotcha? I am here just to let you get more money and to save you from losing your money. You know, I need a balance here. Frequency is high. Also like charger, yep. Let's see why it's high. It's high because camera is an outer part. So it's likely the first to take any kind of any damage. It's an outer part. Whatever, phone dropped, water damage, whatever, what is going on, heat places, the camera is in the outer part. It is the first part that will take the influence here. So this is why the frequency is so high and it's changing here, and you can make so much money from this. How to handle camera with care. I just need you to pause this video right now and get your cup of coffee, because this is so important. Firstly, don't use hot air beside the camera. Never use any kind of hot air devices, soldering iron. Just remove the camera away from the board and work as you like. Okay, we don't need the camera while we are doing any kind of any soldering way. Gotcha? Don't touch the lens of the camera itself with your finger, because you are going to do a finger tips on the camera itself and you will not be able to clean it. So don't hold the camera with your finger like this. Always wear your gloves, or you can see this, you can just hold the camera with something like this. Everything is cool, but not with your finger directly. Please handle it with care. Don't clean with any liquid. Don't clean the camera with any liquid, because you will destroy it. You will destroy it. We can only clean it with something like this. Only. Don't use hard material. As I told you, don't use hard material like this. We can't use this hard material. Okay, we only can use this soft material. Don't store it without box. In case if you bought 3, okay, in order to change one for the customer, then you are going to store the other new 2. Don't leave it like in the shop. They can take the dust, they can take the air, they can always add them inside a box and close this box. And it must be a plastic box, okay, not a carton box, plastic box. And don't add anything above them, okay? So the plastic box will protect him. The summary of this lesson, I know you like this part. Camera issues, cool. How to identify software, hardware is so important to not waste your time and to not waste your money. Frequency of replacing, high. How to handle with care, so important. Voila! Well done. You are so strong, and I know you will be able to finish this section, and you will be like a master in this section, because this section is going to make you a businessman. Beside a repair technician, you will earn money from both of them, from buying the component and from it changing itself. It's the time for practical learning. Get your cup of coffee and let's do it! So after completely dismantle the phone, the first step we need to do is just to unplug the battery. Okay, this is always the first step we do. Never forget that, to avoid short on circuit, to avoid all kind of this stuff. So we need always to unplug this. Okay, so all we are going to do, it's better to use this. Okay, I was about to use my nails. It's okay. In 1 second, we have removed the battery. In 1 second, using this prying up tools, which sounds great. So the customer told me that the selfie camera is not working. Selfie camera, which is this one. How did I know? This is the selfie camera here. So the selfie camera is this connector one. Okay, in case if the selfie camera is not working, firstly, we need to check, is this component flat and the connector as we have studied in this section, or it's soldering to the board. In case if it's soldering to the board just like this component, so we are not going to follow what we have studied so far. In case if it is a component with a flat and a connector, then we are going to follow what we have studied. So firstly, there are two types of connector. The first one, which is commonly used everywhere, the one that we use this one in order to bright up, which is looks like this too. We are going to bright up and we are going to remove it. The second one, we don't use this. We don't use this to bright up. No, we are bullet back. We are bullet back like this. Bullet back. Okay, with our finger. We just bullet back. Okay. So this one is clear. We are going to use this one with it, which is the pull up type. So we are going to change this camera for the customer in less than 1 second. What we are going to do, just use this one. Bright up like this. Remove it. Remove the camera. As you can see, here is the flat here, the flat, and the camera itself. We are just going to store this. We don't throw away any kind of anything because we may need this flat, because we may need it later on. This is the old one. We are going to get the new one. Then I will show you how to get it back here. This is the new one here. As you see, guys, I don't hold it from the lens itself. No, I hold it from the above. I don't get my finger on the lens itself. Never. And in case if I want to clean it, I will clean it by using this. It is very soft. No liquid, nothing at all. Just cleaning and add it here. In case if it is clean, you don't clean anything. Just hold it like this. Don't get your finger on the lens itself. Just place it like this. Okay. And all you are going to do, just to press with your finger on the connector, on the flat and the connector. Like this. Now it is attached to the board. It is working like 100%. Once we test it, it's working. And this is how we are going to deal with 99% of the connector and the flats. We are going to remove it with this one. Take it, add the new one. Just press with our finger and make sure we press gently. Okay, make sure you are pressing gently. Don't press so hard, no, just gently like this. We just make sure it's attached to the connector itself. And we are going to do the same with the battery connector. We are going to attach it. Everything is working great. We are going to make our phone and it is going to work like a charm. This is exactly how we deal with any kind of any connector component. So let's say we are going to change, let's assume this USB here is a connector component and we need to change it. What we are going to do, so easy. First step, always remember, we are going to remove this battery with this prying up tool. We are going to remove it, okay, to make sure that everything is clear and everything is working fine. And then we are going to go here and we are going to go directly to firstly identify the connector type. Is it the connector type that we are going to pry up with this tool? Then we remove it, or is this a connector we pry back? Pry back, just hold the connector like this and bring it back, or holding it back, okay, in order to remove it. In 99% of the connectors are prying up like this. We are going to write up, remove it, add the new component, click, so gentle click on the flat itself to attach it to the board, then click again here on the battery, then closing it. We are super ready. This is how exactly we are going to deal with any kind of connectors. Let's see another one here to make it just fix it in your brain. Get this phone away. Okay. As you can see, the customer wanna change this camera, and this camera, we are firstly gonna check, is this soldering to the board or it is connected by a flat cable and connector. Let's see. It is connected by a flat, which is our section. So this is our section. So how are we going to change it? Firstly, let's determine, is this the one we pull it back or this is the one we remove it like this? Let's check. Firstly, we are going to check it by our eyes. Yep, I can see here this silver one. We can try to bright up. So let's try it to see. It's worked. Here we go. This is the connector and this is the component itself. This is the flat cable. Everything is great. How we are going to put it back? So easy, guys. We are just going to make like this. Just press as I have told you with one click. Congratulations. We have added back to the board itself. This is exactly how we are going to work with any kind of flat components that connected to the connector. Just use this one, just use this to bright up, and just add the new component, click on it, you are ready to go. This is like so easy. But firstly, don't never ever forget to identify the type of connector in case if the connector is we are going to bright up, or in case we are going to pull it back. And 99%, as I told you, we are going to pull it up. Okay, this is everything we need. Please don't forget to rate this course. 5-star ratings means this course you have learned something from this course. Please, in case if you like this course, don't forget to give it a 5 stars. Let's move to the next section. Welcome in micro soldering for beginner section, and this section is gonna prepare you for the advanced level in